Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Chuck Transform. This is where I take a more in-depth look at the transformation of the figure, doing like the opposite of what I did in the review, for figures that I think you can use a little extra help with or just that fun. And obviously today we're taking a look at Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime. Now in the review, we went from uh, truck to robot. Well, here I'm going to take us back to form. Now, right off the bat, let me just say that as of this recording, which is Wednesday, September 18th, Command Store is out of stock of Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime. But I've been hearing that Entertainment Earth has been charging for the pre-order, so they'll be shipping out soon. And Amazon has seemed to like push the date up into like middle of October, like earlier middle October, if that makes sense. So I think a lot of you, excuse me, will be getting your Optimus Primes sooner than later. Just one other little thing that I didn't seem to mention is I do know there are some complaints that the handle here on the Ion rifle, some people feel is a little too short. And I do have to admit, while I would like it to have gone into the hand a little bit deeper, it does hold, but it is very easy to knock it around in Prime's hand. Now, one other thing is I just I meant to do this in the review, but here's a little size comparison with the San Diego Comic Con uh, Optimus Prime Orion packs. Fractured Friendship one. Now, keep in mind this is the Gamer Edition Prime that has been modified to look taller. So that's actually why I went with this one, and you can see how Studio Series 86 Prime is even taller than that. So whereas it might not be a traditional leader scale. I think it scales well with, like, say, Commander Rodimus, where you do have to realize that there is a little more engineering involved. Um, and it's actually not that much more than this Prime here, but also you are getting the trailer. So whether or not the price is worth it, I mean, do I think they could have done it at a leader? I guess. Then again, we're getting a HasLab that's robots in disguise, Optimus Prime, and Ultra Magnus. So, anything is anything. But to start the transformation, what you want to do is bring the figure back to a neutral position. Now, I notice I use that term a lot. And when I say neutral position, that basically means a static pose straight up and down, limbs at the side. And, if the hands are open, you want to go ahead and just fold them up. Now remember that it is important for the transformation that these hands be folded up, so you want to make sure the fingers are tucked inward, just like that. And also in the case of Prime here, the ankle do actually snap into place for the transformation. So I just naturally, when I go from cab to robot, uh, just not even pose the ankles, but I just unclick them just to give it a more natural stance. But this is what I mean by a neutral pose. Now, I will sometimes use the term ready pose, and ready pose would be for something that's a multi-changer, where it has like a six shot or something or a great shot, where there might be a neutral point um, where it's not the robot, it's not an alternate form, but from that point you can go to the different form. So there's just that. So once you have that all set and done, make sure you have the front and rear flaps folded down. You first thing you want to do is go ahead and fold the hands in, which means you're going to open up these side panels here, fold them around, and you do see that there is that tab, and you want to just close up the forearm just like so. And of all the Optimus Prime transformations, I kind of do like this one. I think I think the original Masterpiece '01, that will always be my favorite because you have that telescoping in and out, which is a little more animation accurate. But this is really nice. So then now what you want to do is we're going to rotate the arm around at the bicep. Now, I do recommend tilting the smokestacks forward. And as you can see, you do that, you'll get clearance so it doesn't get bumped around. So just do that and then fold it up so you're folding the elbow backwards. You can obviously do it without moving the smokestack, but it will get knocked around naturally. Or, you can try rotating the other way, but it will get jarred the other way. So it's really up to you. So once that's done and you have the arms in place, go ahead and bring them up on those shoulder joints. That's really not part of the transformation, but that is just a way to get them out of the way for the transformation. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come around the back here, and you can grab this blue section and fold it down all the way like that. Next, what you want to do is come up here, fold up this panel, and this will allow you to bring down the backpack. Now, I recommend doing this first. The instructions actually have you coming in, folding up these side panels and folding down these panels here. I just think with the backpack down, it's a lot easier to do. So go ahead, flip those panels down, flip these side panels up and out of the way. Now, what these side panels do, besides filling in the space, they help lock in the upper torso rotation. So now with prime position like this, we're going to rotate at the waist and bring the torso around so it's facing the rear. And then we're going to go ahead and rotate the chest around so it's facing what will be the front of the vehicle. Now at this point, I would recommend bringing up that, well, not bringing up that panel just yet. This is actually going to be one of the toughest parts of the transformation, and you can go ahead and bring those panels down. In fact, this is the hardest part of the transformation, and it's flipping Prime's head in. First thing that's not shown in the instructions, you do need to bring his antenna forward. Next, what you're going to do is flip it down on that panel, and right about here, you're going to feel resistance. And there's just no nice way of doing it. You're going to have to press down, try to get leverage going, and press until that snaps up into place. At which point, don't bring that panel out yet, unless if you might have to do it to get leverage. But as you see, it's incredibly difficult to do. Now with that done, try to position Prime's antenna so they're not sticking straight out. Flip this panel up, and then what you can do here is rotate bring these side panels in on the double hinge. So you're bringing it up like this and then over. At which point, flip down this section right here. And it's on a double hinge, so you want to make sure it comes out flat like that, not angled down. With that done, you can actually bring the arms back. This will tab into place right about right here. There's a tab and a slot, and that will help you position and make sure you got things lined up. And this will all work towards covering up Optimus Prime's head, and then bring the forearms in like so, that they just sit like that. And, just like that. Don't worry if things aren't exactly straight up. Uh, that'll get finished when you bring this panel into place. Which, by the way, go ahead, fold out the sides here and bring this down, and and just bring it in front like so. Um, you can then open up this little section, which will fold out a extra part of the grill that will cover up that gap. Next, what you can do is fold out these panels here, bring it up, and tab it all into place. And, oh, would you look at that? I kind of popped that off the hinge there. So there you go.
And again, if you knock a smokestack around, that's fine. You can always fix it up at the end. So bring that out. Again, remember double hinges. So, and there you have Optimus Prime in like a little bit of a gur walk type position. Now we're going to come down and work on the legs. So the first thing we're going to do is take these panels from the front and you're going to rotate them all the way around and tab them into the side like that. Let's do it again, just like so. Now we're going to start working on the feet, and what I recommend is coming that was actually kind of easy this time. Going in, flipping out those tabs, and then bringing up the toe and the heel. And remember, on my copy and many others, this heel section is a little is actually assembled wrong. Now, I can do it again on this side. I was going to say, if you have a hard time getting the tab and the slot out, you can unpeg the ankle and help position it in, and that will help get it out. But keep in mind, you might hit some interference with that panel you brought around. At this point, you can go ahead, peg the legs together, just like that. Now flip up these back panels, and there's a tab there that will slot into the back of the leg. Just like that. And now the instructions say to bring up the front of the cab, and this will all tab into place. Into these two tabs here will go into the back of the elbows. What I and you probably should have brought the cab up first, but I find that this works a little bit better with without those panels already down, and you just push it right there into place. Next, what you can do is this red panel is going to fold up underneath and tab, double hinge. Again, lot of double hinges on this, so just be aware of that. And that will tab into the sides of the front wheel. And just make sure that's done. We're almost towards the end. And now this is a part that comes, I really think, from Masterpiece 3.0, but it is so refined, it is really a lot easier to do. What you want to do here is grab this panel. When you get it about here, rotate it around, and you're going to bring it up, and there's a tab right there where my finger is that will go into a slot that was on the forearm, and that will kind of, if you get it all lined up properly, it will go right in, and that will help secure the cab and stuff. But we're going to show you one more thing in a second. But do it again on this side, and again, bring it up, bring it around. Now, sometimes it might not peg well into place, and as you can see, it kind of looks like the cab is leaning forward. That's when it's like I like to give it a little bit of a extra squeeze to help make sure all the tabs are in place and lined up, so you have a square looking, a level looking cab. And finally, to finish the transformation, flip out the wheels just like that. And here we go. Here's Optimus Prime, Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime in its cab mode. If you would like to complete the transformation, if you're just, posing with the cab and playing with it, here's the clip right there that will peg into the slot here on the back of the truck. It's a little, you got to play with it a little to get it in, but once you do, there you go. Now the gun doesn't fold up or anything, so, but there you go. And there's the posts that go into the trailer. Very nice. Like I said, the transformation is very refined from Studio Series, uh, absolutely the masterpiece 3.0, and I think this is the best G1 Optimus Prime transformation I've handled. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you so much for watching. Do check out the full review, as we'll show you how to go from cab to robot, as well as talk about the trailer and all the other little gimmicks to the figure. This is your old pal Chuck. Join my like, comment, and subscribe. Sign up for my Patreon, www.patreon.com/chuckdog1999. $1 a month, $12 a year. And we will see you next time.